I'm Nancy Gibson, and I am a proud King's parent, and this is my husband.
I'm President Tim Gibson, her other half.
Move-in day, I was frankly really intimidated. I thought they're asking us to pull up with our luggage, and I think we had a trunk, and I think we maybe even had a plant. I mean, the streets of New York, really, I just was not quite sure what to expect. But literally, I think before we could put our hand on the door, 3 or 4 girls came surrounding the car, opened the door, and said, "Hi, Jessica, welcome to New York City."
What you'll discover is that before you've ever gotten here, your student has been prayed over by name. We have got the room identified. We know exactly where they're going. And somebody from the house is going to very quickly grab your son or daughter, greet them, welcome them to the house, and then take them off to the side to get them all signed in, while other people from that house are going to pick up all the luggage, the boxes, the plants, the fish, whatever it is that you're bringing to New York City to initiate your King's experience, and get that squared away in the appropriate apartment. I spent more than 30 years in the United States Air Force, so I like to plan ahead. If you're one of those parents, or if your son or daughter would like to have, or maybe needs to have that kind of coaching, the new student guide has checklists, it has packing lists, it has do's and don'ts and tips and tricks. I really encourage you to read through that thing probably more than once. It made me feel a lot better about what we could expect when we got here, because the day of, the energy level is very high. Frankly, emotions are a little bit high when you're dropping off your son or your daughter, and it's a very exciting time, but it can also be something of a tense time. It also gives you a chance, if you read through it ahead of time, to reach back out to your son or daughter's admissions counselor and maybe ask a couple of clarifying questions if you feel like they'd be helpful.
We did not have the experience of having really been in New York City before.
Right.
And so coming to where she was going to live, and then having an opportunity to walk around the blocks around her neighborhood and feel like, okay, I know where she's going to go. She's going to go to the Duane Reade when she needs shampoo. I know where a grocery store is, or a bodega where she can grab milk and cereal and the things that are going to help make living here in the city so much easier.
And the more you as parents are familiar with the city, particularly in the immediate environment around where your student is living, the more natural the conversations are with them. So when they talk about going to Trader Joe's, you have a sense of what that's like and where that is and what that trip actually was.
As you're coming in, and maybe once everything is settled in the room and now it's time for you to go out and do some of that exploring, especially if it's lunchtime. I know there are several markets, especially in Brooklyn. There's DeKalb Market. Just go right across the street, go down into the basement, and you will find, 40 food stalls. If you're in the financial district, head towards the water, and you can just find lots of cute little places to eat as you're walking along the water, and it also gives you a sense of some of the other great places that you can explore.
And honestly, you can't go wrong with the food trucks, but the food is pretty tasty.
Yeah, a good halal cart.
King's is not like, my undergraduate experience, for example,
Right.
where I went to the Air Force Academy. All I had to do was go to the chow hall 3 times a day, and I got fed. That's not what this is about. This King's is a much more adulting type college, and so they're going to have to make some of those decisions. There's choices on their own, and there's an appropriate level of that. We got very connected with the parents' council, and so it was easy for us to pick up the phone or send an email to one of the more experienced parents and just kind of say, all right, is this normal? This is what Jessica is experiencing.
There's support systems in place that are going to be hopefully a soft landing ground when there are some growing pains in this city and in this place.
I think that's a great point.